Welcome to the Brewer and the Baker, a baseball card podcast. Not just baseball cards. Here are your hosts, Mitch and Dan.
Well, welcome, folks.
Episode 20, baby.
Yeah, 20.
20.
We're only, we've been bi-weekly other than one skipped week, which we then just put out the next week.
Mm-hmm.
So would 25 or would 26 be the year? 25.
26, because the 52-week...
Right, but if we pushed it a week, technically our off week would be the true anniversary week.
Yeah, well, I'm still going to just call it 26th episode.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah.
We got time to figure it out. Frickin' figure it out. Anyways, welcome. I'm the Brewer.
I love Letterkenny. I'm the Baker.
And welcome to our show.
Hi, Mitch.
Hi, Dan. You can find us at Brewer Baker Podcast.
Train wreck of a start.
Best intro yet. And I am sober. Hell yeah. Brewer Baker Podcast on Instagram and
brewerbakerpodcast@gmail.com if you want to get a hold of us for long form,
yeah,
or sending files or whatever.
Yeah, so episode 20. What I guess, yeah, what do we have on tap here?
So I have a lot of time on my hands at the bakery because I'm a bread baker, right? And there's a lot of hurry up and wait when it comes to bread baking, right? You gotta let it rise for like 3 hours, and then you gotta let it baking takes 30 minutes. You got a lot of time to twiddle your thumbs for a little bit. So I'm constantly online, on Reddit and Facebook and Instagram. I'm constantly there, and all of my socials are basically card related anymore.
Also, with that, if you get a response, it's mainly Dan.
Right.
I try to call out that it's me, but most of the time you're probably talking to Dan.
Right. So I have been seeing an uptick, and I believe it's very much a consequence of fanatics trying to 10x the hobby, right? I've seen an uptick in posts asking for information. Whether, is this an error card? How much is this card worth? What are your opinions on this card? Which is code for how much is this card worth?
Right. Yeah.
I've been seeing an uptick of these, and I used to be as helpful as I could. Extend the helping hand, as it were, and very nicely explain what it is that they're looking at and give them resources to find that information. I have become very tired of that because it's happening constantly now.
Right. And is it more a question of laziness on the consumer or laziness on the part of it? Maybe not laziness, excuse me. Maybe it's people just not having the research skills or knowing even where to start.
Right.
Or is it, should the companies take a little bit more ownership over education, I guess? Right.
And so that is what we are going to explore today, is that question. Who has the educational onus? The consumer or the companies that are involved in the hobby?
Yeah, all the way from
the producers to PSA to
grading, just grading in general, or
that kind of stuff. So that is what we're going to talk about. But first, Mitch, do you have any... before we get to updates, I think we need to thank someone.
Yes. Thank you, Brian, for our episode, for the interview, for the chance to talk last week. Well, 2 weeks ago now, but I had a ton of fun. I was trying to hold back and not derail the conversations, so I wanted to ask a lot of other weird, just one-off stuff, but also trying to keep it somewhat tight,
right.
I guess.
He was an incredible guest.
Gosh, gave us all...
He was. He put up with our fanboying, and we were definitely fanboying.
Yeah, and if you
Last
heard us
episode.
stumbling for questions, it was because he answered what would have been our follow-up in the answer for the first and foremost.
I gave him throwaway questions, and he'd go off for 5 or 6 minutes. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Just incredible stuff.
Yeah. So if you haven't, I know my dad hasn't yet, and if he gets to episode 20 before he gets to 19, then
whatever.
I mean.
But Brian, sir, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to speak with you, and we might do it again, maybe with a little more structure.
Yeah. Now that we've kind of taken that first step into
right,
getting comfortable. Yeah.
We got the origin story down. We can get into a better interview next time.
Yeah. Update. Been doing not necessarily a ton of ripping. 2 megas of Stadium Club, now 3 blasters. I didn't get any hobby. I could have gotten some hobby at a show I was at last week. But instead I spent my money on 4 cards. Really, I was trying to buy 2 of them and was going to get a better deal on 4 of them for the price of the 2. So really, I'll start not lowest, but least was Jacob Wilson Topps Pro Debut Chrome Refractor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So can't
player of note.
Yeah. Can't kick that one out of bed at all. It's 2024, so it's that black top with the silvery bottom to it. 2024 Brooklyn collection. Young-Ho Lee, just the base, not numbered.
Very cool looking card.
Yeah,
Brooklyn collection looks good.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Another Lee. This one was a national refractor from the 2024 national. Yeah, 2024 national. I had to look for the rookie badge, which was under my thumb. So that one I didn't think I would ever come across in person.
One of the Topps wrapper redemptions.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, your silver national pack card. And then the one that started me looking for other cards to put to try and get a price, get a better price. Yeah. It's a 2014 Bowman black parallel of Eric Hosmer, numbered to 10, 2 of 10. Yeah, it's a pretty looking card. It looks good.
I've never seen one of those before, so that is really cool.
It's really, the black is black, but he's in the, in the powder blues, and it kind of pops with that black border.
Good stuff. That's why black is really popular.
And then nothing to note in my ripping other than I picked up 2 of the hangers of this the Space Jam, the Upper Deck Space Jam cards, and ended up with a numbered Michael Jordan red out of 1996. So,
which we have found out is
right.
You would think with something that has nearly 2,000 cards wouldn't be
as priced as valuable, I guess, out there. But
it's a numbered Jordan, which I guess is all that matters.
Yeah, it's got that kind of PMG look. Very much has the PMG look. Yeah, the last 6 sales in the last week and a half of it. So it is very liquid right now, 300 and up.
That's incredible. That's crazy.
Out of a $20 hanger, which that was already...
That's an expensive hanger. Holy hell.
Expensive hanger. That's why I only did 2 of them and already felt bad about doing that. Love Space Jam growing up.
What millennial didn't?
Yeah. 30th anniversary.
Right.
1996. Yeah. Any updates for you, Dane?
Yeah, I'd say. So I got 2 Topps Chrome hobbies pre-sale. I did really well with them, like incredibly well with them. Lots of James Wood. I got a James Wood beam team. Those look nice. Those beam teams are nice.
Stadium Club?
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought I heard Chrome. Okay. Yeah.
I'll have to, when I edit, I'll check to see.
Okay.
Yes, I got two boxes of Hobby Stadium Club.
It's like, shit, Chrome. How did I already miss this?
It's entirely possible I said Chrome.
Okay.
Stadium Club.
I
had a lot. I got that. I got a Griffey gold insert out of 50. That's nice. That's not bad. I got a Jacob Wilson autograph out of 99. That was on paper. And the big card was by the way, all that was out of one box. And then the big card out of the other box would be the James Wood orange chrome refractor autograph out of 25. Wow. I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely a big one.
I haven't looked up what I've had a lot of really good, I've had not a lot, but I've had really good James Wood cards in my collection at some point. Out of a Walmart blaster, I pulled a yellow chrome autograph out of 75, first Bowman when he was with the Padres. I have not looked up what that card is going for these days, and I'm not going to because I just want it. It'll be sad, but I think I sold it for I don't remember if it was 400 or 600, but it's an incredible amount of money for that. It's probably worth more than that now. That was.
Yeah, I would say that's the thing with prospecting, though.
Yeah. So I was able to get a really nice chrome orange to replace it finally. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, you sit and think about what you moved or didn't move.
Well, I try not to.
Right. There are definitely some that you feel dumb for moving.
Yeah, that is a whole nother show.
Yeah. But at the same time, I've one of the things I've learned the most in this hobby is to have a short memory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which is impossible for me, unfortunately, but it is a good thing to have.
So I guess things that we have learned in the hobby.
I'm not done.
Oh, you're
I'm not done. No. Oh,
okay.
No. I also went on a blue refractor buying spree.
Oh, right. I've seen some of the. Yep.
I went on a blue refractor buying spree. I swear to God, I think I bought 20 blue refractors over the last 10 days. I have a good portion of them in, but not all of them. And I've decided to start a blue refractor binder.
Okay, so a full binder of.
Yeah, that's another thing that I'm doing. That buying spree stopped when I found a big Bobby.
Oh yes, okay, yeah.
So I don't want to divulge what it is. It is currently at authentication, and I am still trying to sell cards out of my collection to try to recoup that purchase.
Yeah.
So when that comes in, hopefully by next episode, we'll see. The last time I had a card at authentication, it took a whole 4 weeks to arrive, on the nose. So hopefully it doesn't get locked up in Opalaka. I don't know how to pronounce that. Apaloka, whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's on its way to authentication. So I'm very excited for that.
It's weird. When I sent the bonds, it went to New Jersey, so mine never hit the South at all. I don't get it. Yeah. But.
So that's my update.
Yeah. You'll definitely see pictures of that one. I know what it is.
1 or 2
but
or 15. Right next to the other big Bobby I got.
Yeah.
Last month.
At this point, yeah.
So, let's get to the main part of the show, right?
So.
Hard. What's the word I'm looking for? Hard transition.
Hard transition. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to segue originally, but I didn't. I forgot all about the Bobby. No, this topic was kind of born out of Dana and I were talking last week, chit-chatting, and I kind of started going on. He brought up the topic, and I started going on a rant that was beer-related because I run into this in the beer industry quite a bit. So I started ranting about the ownership of us as beer producers, educating the consumer. I feel part of ours is educating it, but I can't stand there in front of every consumer and give them a history lesson or why this is actually a cool product versus. Yeah.
Do you need to put together a PowerPoint presentation and do education night at the brewery?
So you say that, and we do that every once in a while. There are we'll put together a flight and put together. Let me tell you about it. Or we work with restaurants and do pairings. So
I've been to one of those.
Yeah, those are usually shorter form, and depending on how the restaurant wants to work it, if we do something custom for them, then it tends to be a lot cooler and more in depth. I'm not saying that they're not cool to begin with, but if we use the same ingredient in both the beer and in the dish, yeah, you can really see the exploration of flavor there.
Sure.
Anyways, but yeah, why is it necessarily on me when it all then comes down to the consumer's taste?
Sure.
Like, does Topps have an onus to say, here, collect this? I mean, they do. They put out the Topps Ripped articles that say, these are the top chases, these are the rookies, these are the prospects, these are the cool inserts that we're throwing out there. They are putting those out there, but how many people are going out and looking at the Topps Ripped articles?
Right.
I do, just because
we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. But how often are other people doing that? I mean, they do have QR codes on all their boxes that talk about it, but do they need to be doing more? Or do we need to be doing more as a community to help people?
Sure. And so I mentioned earlier the uptick in social media posts that I've seen, and I think it is also born of complicated sets like Flagship, right? Because there are
53 parallels,
right? And some of them are weird, right? So you get questions like, what is this, an error? That's just the picture. Why is there nothing else on the front? Well, no, it's the true photo. It's the true photo parallel.
Or the difference between sand glitter, the confetti, and
something else. There's like 3 different silver rainbow looking things that have a pattern in the background, but they're so minutely different. It's hard to tell. Sometimes the only way to tell is which product, which SKU you got it out of, right?
Sand glitter's hobby or jumbo only. Your hollow foils can come out of anything, and then Celebration only comes out of the Celebration.
You see posts like, why is the back of this one gold? I don't understand. Is this an error? It's like, no, it's a golden mirror. You got a really nice card there. Why is there an AZ in the background of this card when they play for Seattle? Is this an error? No, it's one of the parallels for the spring training thing out of red. It's it's this kind of complication that brings these questions out. It also makes me wonder if making Top Stadium Club less complicated this year was not necessarily a bad thing.
Right. Maybe, no image variations.
No, maybe they chose to cut the wrong things, but the fact that they cut things may not have been the worst thing in the world. There's only one Chase insert. All the others are really common inserts. Yeah. There's only one Chase insert. This is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, I think the print runs on the commons are like 39K or something like that. So
it's not the worst thing in the world. And I think maybe Flagship can learn from this. But that's neither here nor there. That's another topic for another show.
Yeah. I mean, so I guess to that, do you want to talk about the resources that we use? And
let's first kind of give what Topps currently does, what they do currently, right? We already mentioned one, right? They do the Topps Ripped stuff, right? They eventually add like spreadsheets full of odds. That's out there on their website.
Yeah,
that's there, and they use their social media pretty good, mostly. Especially when they have a very exciting insert that they are trying to push, like the true photograph that they introduced last year, or the team color parallel that they introduced 2 years ago. Right? Those were big posts on all of their social media when they announced that.
All Kings.
Yeah, the All Kings, all those big inserts, all of that. But they really only do it once when they introduce it, except for things that they know are going to be like all kings, right?
Or in all aces Otani.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So when they introduce a new parallel or insert or something like that, generally they have a big push, a big social media push, but they really only talk about it once, and they're not going to bring it up again. Plus, not everybody who's new is following those
social
media accounts and things like that.
And how much is it seen to just try and drive, consumerism, to drive demand for the product versus to educate, I guess, would be another question.
Right. What is something that Topps could do to help with that? Because I don't think they're doing a decent job. I think they're doing a decent job of educating, but there is more that they could do. And quite honestly, this is something I've been thinking about since the summer, and not just over the last couple of weeks. And it was that was born of people not knowing what Allen and Ginter is. People don't know what it's
the history of
what
it,
it's supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand the product.
Why are we getting fish and birds?
Right. So I think I've mentioned this before on the show at least once, maybe others, especially with Jason on the show back at the beginning of December. They could, especially on products like Ginter or Bowman's Best or Finest or blah, 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 they could put, this is what the set is trying to accomplish. Whether it's design stuff that they're doing, just a small blurb on the boxes. It could be, and I'm talking hobby, and I'm talking like blasters.
More a tagline or a mission statement, I guess.
Yeah,
almost.
more than just a tagline. Just a short, could be just as short as 3 sentences, a short paragraph, but just enough to kind of give. Again, then it would be required that then the people who are buying this stuff to actually read it and look at the packaging. That's an important part of the process here, but at least it's there. You can look at it.
Right. I think the shift right now, looking at this Stadium Club box that's there, it's what can I hit out of this versus what is this set about?
Right. And I'm looking at this blaster. Yeah, there's some room they could play with there. They could not have the giant Topps Stadium Club logo right there on the side and put a short blurb of what the main focus of the set is.
Right. I also do feel, like some of it could be also on shop owners too. One time that I went to one of the LCS here in town, I wasn't familiar with Gypsy Queen. It looked very similar to A&G to me, and I was familiar with A&G, and I said, what is Gypsy Club? What is this about? Like what?
Right.
What's up with this product? And it's it's a product that they put out, and it felt very lackluster and like, I don't know, like you just got to rip it and see for yourself. Like,
right. I could tell you.
Right.
Not that would help you at the time, but I can tell you it's Allen Ginter without the extra stuff. It's Allen Ginter baseball.
Right.
That's what it is. It's a cigarette company. Well, down the line.
Which I have since that time. That was early in my collecting. That was in late 23, early 24 that I went there, and so they still had 22 Gypsy Queen hobby packs on the shelf. So, but is that on me as a new consumer? I then told myself I've got to go out and learn that versus, an LCS. So it wasn't an owner; it was just somebody working there. But
I have one other solution that could happen. It's a pipe dream because it's an added expense, and I just don't see it happening. But they could put at least in hobby boxes, for. Because now, we used to be able to get, like, if you look on the back of packs, you used to be able to get odds for parallels and inserts and things like that. It almost generally included the entire set, right? But with so many parallels for different sets, it became untenable to put that information on the back of a pack of cards.
Right.
So they stopped because they can just put that on the internet. Which I understand. But that requires effort from the consumer to go out and do it, right? So what they could do is this would cost pennies per box, but it is an it is an extra cost. They could put a odds sheet, not necessarily a checklist, but an odds sheet as kind of an inclusion in hobby boxes, at the very least.
I mean, yeah, you could print it on the inside of the lid, even if on display.
Yeah, depending on the box, because sometimes the inside of the lid is the display for the hobby shop.
Most of it you flip the lid inside out.
Like your Ginter.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, that's more a tobacco box looking thing.
Yeah.
And so that's what it's supposed to mimic, is a cigar box.
Yeah, and there are other products that look like that. So, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I get it. I know what you're saying.
I mean, the things that have a larger checklist or odds list, Series 1 or, flagship.
Right.
Those are inverted. Those
right.
are.
So, I mean, they could put that information either on a separate sheet or on the inside of the lid or somewhere on the inside of the box where they could put that information. They don't. I get it. It's a pipe dream. I don't think it's going to happen, but they could put that information there at the very least.
I mean, Panini, at least, even though I'm not as big of a fan of their products, they do at least have the parallels listed. Now, what that parallel looks like, because there's 3 of them that look extremely similar, and
I'll tell you, when Topps does give that information out, they're better at giving more information than Panini ever does, because they'll give Panini doesn't give odds.
No, yeah,
especially for non-numbered cards, they do not give odds. So Topps is better at that than the Panini is.
Yeah, I've got a box of Select here that they list numbered from 399 to 1 or numbered 99 to 1 and that, but it's not giving you any sort of. And I mean, the QR code does take you to their page, but it just takes you to buy more of it.
Right, and on their page, they don't give that information there either.
No.
There's a reason that the Chasing Major guy has a real hard time with Panini products.
Yes.
So I do believe that there is more that places like Topps can do, right? But what can we do? What can we as consumers do to help mitigate, to educate ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, me personally, as somebody with social anxiety, this is what I had to do, is teach myself.
Right. So
I'm scared to ask and look dumb in front of an LCS guy.
So, I have a large list of resources that are online that you can use to educate yourself on whatever product it is that you're interested in. I'm going to go through it. Very quickly list it off, right? So you have a trading card database, TCDB.com. Yes. ChasingMajors.com. Beckett.com. Despite all of their deserved hate for like articles and things like that, Beckett is still a really, really good resource when it comes to
checklists
and things like that. Yeah. Yes.
I still use it for checklists to this day.
BreakNinja.com is really good. Especially if it's for breaks, right? So you have a better idea of who is represented on each team in each set. But that's good if you're like a player collector and you want to see, hey, is Vinny Pasquantino going to be in this set? Because he seems to be one of the first ones cut when you have limited players in sets, like Bowman's Best. He's generally not going to be one of the Royals represented in the set. So just as an example, Break Ninja is great for that. There is a Baseball Cardpedia. That's really good. And there's Checklist Insider. That's really good. You can also literally just go on YouTube and watch a break of the product that you're interested in.
Yeah.
So that you have an idea of what the cards inside of the pack look like, how they're collated and set. So you can go, if you want to, you can go directly to where the good stuff is. Right? So you know where the stuff is. So when you're going through a jumbo pack of Topps Flagship, you know that when you come across a card that looks like a base card, but it's backwards and it's in the middle of the pack, oh, this is different.
I will say that works some of the time, and they're getting better about doing that. But in 22 Heritage and Heritage High Number, specifically High Number, my Bobby player image or icon variation, not backwards, nothing. It was, but
it's. And when you watch, when you watch breaks, these are things that you learn, right? On top of that, if you're looking for pricing, right, you have 130 point, you have sorts of, you have card ladder, and of course you have the good old standby eBay sold. So you have tons of ways to get information. People just need to be told about them.
Yeah. In eBay sold listings specifically, I want to bring that up because I found this on eBay. I'm dealing with my father on some other odds and end collectible stuff. Just because it's listed at $100 doesn't mean it's selling at $100. Doesn't mean that's what it's
correct.
Actually going for. You want to know the value. You need to know what it has been selling for, not what it's listed at. And the sold value, the sold listings feature in eBay is the only way.
Right.
Not the only way, but I mean, if you're using eBay specifically to do your research.
So one other really good way is to just lurk on the baseball card subreddit. There are some really, really cool people on that subreddit, despite what you may think about Reddit in general, that do a lot of legwork to get odds and pull rate and things of that nature on newly released sets and things like that. You can get a whole ton of information on a wide variety of things on that subreddit. Yeah.
And there's certain people that I have theories that they cross over and are they're posting in multi media spots, I guess. I don't
Probably. Know. So you, as a consumer, have tons of resources at your hands.
Both free and paid.
Mm-hmm, to find out the information that's out there for the thing that you are asking about. I do have a question, though.
Okay.
And you kind of touched on it. Ooh, gosh, sorry. Am I, Dan, too deep in this? Am I too deep into it? Am I too harsh on people who don't know? Because it annoys the hell out of me sometimes. I try to be nice, and I am nice. When I don't feel like being nice, I just skip it. All right, I don't be a jerkwad about it.
Right.
I just don't help. I don't answer. I just continue to move on because I'm tired.
This was actually that conversation.
Answering the same question over and over and over again because people don't see it or whatever reason. Am I being too harsh for what people don't know? Because I know.
Right.
Do I expect too much from new collectors? I think that I do, and it's something I need to work on.
Yes and no. The ones that I have less pity on are the ones that I don't collect this stuff. I just bought a box. You just bought $70 worth of cards to fine, go out and buy 70 Powerball tickets then. Like, if you're just doing it because you saw somebody hit it big, cool. I mean, I'm not trying to scare people away or discourage people from just buying a product to test it out. And like, oh yeah, this tugs on me one way or another. But somebody that has actively said, I'm not collecting these, versus somebody that's like, hey, I kind of remember these from childhood, or my buddy's into this and he tells me a little bit about it, and I got one to kind of test the waters. those two different things, I do feel a lot of people are going to be more apt to help the person that says, hey, I want to be helped because I'm doing this for not the sake of collecting, but doing it for not just to flip a doll,
Right.
I mean, go take that $70 and put it on red, put it on black, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, put it on banker. I don't care. If you're just doing it to flip stuff, and there's so many, you're gonna lose more money ripping cards than you are. Just go put it on one of those 48%,
Right.
style win rate sort of things. It's not to kick or push people out of the hobby and be less inclusive. I definitely don't want to have it seem that way. You've already stated that you don't have any interest in the hobby.
Why are you there?
You're just trying to see how much.
Right.
Hey, I just spent $60 on this mega. I got these 3 things out of it. Can I get $60 back out of it? No, you're not going to. You're not going to. I'm going to be blunt with you. You might. I have stupid luck for whatever reason. How many HFAs did I hit last year? How many big cards out of lower end products have I hit recently? That's not
normal.
That's not normal, and it's going to catch up to me. It's going to catch up.
Right. One last thought. Are we talking to anybody that we need to be talking to through this podcast?
No. I'm not saying that to anyone that.
No. I'm not saying you're accusing anybody of any. But are we talking to the people that need to hear this? Are we talking to the people that need to hear this conversation?
There are a couple people that I've had reach out to me personally that have said, yeah, look, you guys make it interesting and want. I think those are the people that could use the resources that we've given and could maybe use a deeper dive. Like, I'll gladly talk to you more about Chasing Majors, Card Ladder, and Beckett, just because those are the main 3 that I use. I'll give you a full rundown on that sort of stuff.
Sure.
Absolutely. And, if you want to reach out, I have zero issue doing that. I guess back to your Reddit thing. When I go and see those, like, if I'm in a posting mood or have the time, I kind of have a form letter, like, here's your blurb about where you can find these things. I'm going to educate you first. Here's the too long, didn't read portion of it. But yeah, you are absolutely going to have to scroll through my post to get to it to see, yes, this is what you have.
You teach a man to fish. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Exactly.
And I try to do the same thing and say, hey, yeah, this is what you have. Here's how I know it. Here's how you can figure it out the next time. That's generally how I kind of do those responses when I'm feeling generous.
Yeah. I mean, that whole question right there is what started this conversation with us in the first place, was you saying that and me turning around and say, hey, I have a form letter. And then I went off on that tangent of explaining said form letter. And then I got into the beer side of things, and
maybe we can get into the beer and baking side of things in a future episode.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a 40-minute TED talk alone on
right,
on educating yourself on beer styles. Absolutely, go out and try. Again,
hold that thought, because we're going to get to that, I think, at some point in the future in an episode.
Okay, I will hold it, but. It's the same with cards. If you think that you're going to like it, absolutely go out and try it. Absolutely give it a shot. If you are somebody that doesn't like beer-flavored beer, quote-unquote, you don't like sports, or you don't like basketball, or you don't like baseball, fine, give it a shot. But if you then find out, it confirms my bias that I don't like beer.
I just flushed $40 down the drain.
Own it. And walk away. You don't need to say, oh, I don't like sours. So why the hell did you order a sour beer?
I hate onions. I didn't like this onion soup. This French onion soup. Can you make French onion soup without onions?
I hate baseball. I think baseball is boring. Why did you put this picture of this player on there? What do you mean? Like, if you don't like the sport, like, I'm not saying I don't like basketball. Basketball does not trigger anything for me.
Right.
So I've tried to rip it. I just can't. And I've tried.
You've washed your hands of it.
I've tried it. Nope, not my deal. I'm not gonna. Anybody else that wants to rip it, absolutely, you do it. Go for it. I love that for you. It ain't my deal.
Right.
So.
You know what we haven't done for a couple weeks?
Yeah, and we're down to 10 of them on there, and I think we're gonna live with 10 instead of 15.
Sam's question of the day.
Let's see if she. No, just more that see if you want to get in on this and answer something. But
I think that giggle was a no.
Yeah, that's a no.
So painful.
So long. Question 9. Oh gosh. Okay. MLB hot take. Who or what is overrated that you cannot stand or goes against the majority of popular opinion?
We're going to edit out a whole bunch of silence of this. Hold on. Give me a sec.
I will go because my hot take, I've gone off. I do not like Jazz Chisholm. I get that his bravado is part of his character. He just comes off to me as selfish and not team player. That is me personally. Maybe it's just social media portraying him that way, and there's a narrative. I'm loving right now all the social media, the spring trading social media posts out there, and getting to learn the personalities of the players. That is actually what's making me fall in love with the sport of baseball more and more. There's not been an interview with that man that makes me feel different about him.
If you can find the video of the Royals coming out of their clubhouse,
I watch them daily.
Where they ask, "What's your name?" and what do your teammates call you?
Yeah.
Watch that video. It's
Yes.
excellent. I'm not gonna. No spoilers. Just go watch it. It's good.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Okay, hold on. I got to think about this. Give me a sec. Baseball hot take.
It could be anything.
God. Oh. God.
Oh, it's supposed to be crickets, but that's a real.
Those are
weak
terrible
crickets.
crickets. Oh, that's so much better. Thank you for finding that. Hold on. It's coming into shape. It's not quite there. It's not quite there. Okay, are you ready? Oh, you.
I'm not quick enough on the Googles.
I just flipped him off. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Nachos are an overrated concession.
Because it's actually one of my favorites. I just like the jalapenos and the jalapeno
And I really
cheese.
like Jazz Chisholm, all right?
Yeah, I know, yeah. I get it. You like the bravado. You like that.
He's good for baseball.
Yeah. He brings ice to the game.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yes, nachos are an overrated concession. They're too freaking expensive. It's plastic cheese. If you're lucky, they warm up the chips, but if you do, those chips don't stay warm for very long. They're in a really flimsy container. You can't help but make a mess out of it as soon as you get there. You get back to your seat. They never give you enough damn cheese. It's an overrated concession. It's too... yes, that's it.
It's just salt. It's salt to make you buy more beer.
Then you get a pretzel.
Or popcorn. Thanks, Sam. My hot take, popcorn is overrated.
Popcorn is not overrated. It's just too expensive.
Popcorn sucks.
You suck. All right, well, I think that's an episode.
Yeah.
And actually, I think this is one of the shortest ones we've had in a really long time, which is good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Again, I can go longer format, and I'm willing to talk people through if they need help.
Right.
We
I can do the same thing. Just shoot us a message.
Yeah, we didn't want to do it here because there's too many tangents to go down.
Right. So thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope I didn't offend anybody because I feel like I feel like I could have really easily slipped into comic book guy.
Yeah.
Worst product ever.
Well, yeah, I get that, and I think what we have said isn't trying to dissuade anybody from opening product or do anything.
No,
of
I don't
that
want to dissuade
nature.
anybody. I just want to convince somebody to educate yourself.
Yeah, it's
If you have questions, the information is at your fingertips. If you have to learn or have to ask somebody to learn how to do that, I'd rather answer that question than what do I have.
okay.
That's what I would rather answer.
Yeah, I guess I was just trying to sum it up with whose ownership is it? Is it yours, or is it the company's?
I think they both share some onus. I do think that the companies are doing a decent job of educating. They could do a lot better job with some sets like Stadium Club or Allen & Ginter or something like that.
You can only put so much out there. You can lead the camel.
Right.
Or
but
horse, sorry.
With all of the resources that are available to collectors online that are put together by other collectors because they do the legwork, it is almost unconscionable that you have to ask some of these simple questions.
Mm-hmm.
So more of the onus is on us as the collector, but the producers can do some education as well.
Right. Well, thank you, folks. That has been an episode, and it wasn't an episode. It was. I thought it was a pretty good one.
It was episode 20. Damn it!
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Mm.
Well, thank you for listening. I am the brewer.
I am the baker. Have a good day.
That was the Brewer and the Baker of Baseball Card Podcast. Thanks for listening, and be excellent to each other.